Hello and welcome to a new edition of Inside Egypt, a program that gets you the latest political, economic and cultural events that took place here in Egypt. I'm Shina Adil. We'll be right back after this. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi inaugurated on Thursday a number of road projects built in joint cooperation between ministries on armed forces engineering authority. El-Sisi opened road Al-Farag Daba access as well as Cairo Suez Road, Upper Egypt and Red Sea roads. Cairo Suez Road is 70 kilometers long. Kuna Safaga Road is 120 kilometers long. A number of ministers and officials attended the inauguration, which was brought by video conference. Talha Nile access was among the roads inaugurated. The National Roads Projects is 3,400 kilometers as a whole and cost £17 billion. Prime Minister Sharif Ismail inaugurated on Wednesday the first national conference for Egyptian scientists abroad held in Hurghada. The two-day conference was organized by the Ministry of Immigration and Egyptian Expatriates Affairs. More than 27 Egyptian scientists participate in the conference. In his address to the conference entitled Egypt Can, Ismail praised Egyptian people for their understanding for the difficult circumstances that face the country. The details in the following report. Wednesday, the two-day conference under the title Egypt Can in the Red Sea resort city of Hurghada. Migration Minister Nabila Makram, Red Sea Governor Ahmed Abdullah alongside a cluster of ministers attended the conference inauguration. The event is sponsored by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and organized by the Egyptian Immigration Ministry. More than 30 scientists take part in the conference, the first to focus on benefiting from migrant Egyptian scientists to lay down scientific basis for national projects. Dr. Farouk El-Bez and renowned surgeon Magdi Yaqub are the honorary guests of the events. The conference is expected to come up with key research papers to serve mammoth national projects within the framework of Egypt's Vision 2030. For her part, Immigration Minister Nabila Makram announced the formation of a foundation Egyptian scientists abroad under the chairmanship of renowned surgeon Magdi Yaqub. Makram added that the ministry would organize the coming conference in March or April to address means of developing the educational mechanism in Egypt. Education experts abroad will take part in the event. Egypt's parliament gives a 30-day deadline to government to present a new version of the criminal procedures law before the parliament to speed up trial procedures in terrorism cases. The details in the following report.
House's Representatives Legislative and Constitutional Affairs Committee was quoted as saying that the Egyptian government has been given a 30-day deadline to present a new version of the criminal procedures law before Parliament to speed up trial procedures in terrorism cases. He said that the government will be committed to presenting a new version of the law before Parliament during the 30 days, and if it fails to do so, the Parliament has the right to act upon Article 101 of the House Organizational Regulations and present its own version of the law if it is approved by 10% of MPs or 60 seats. Sources said that the MPs are aiming to create a legislative revolution to both the criminal procedures law and penal code, which will be followed by a large conference gathering judiciary experts and veterans within days to discuss the new law. Around 100 Egyptian MPs proposed on Monday that the criminal procedures law issued in 1950 be changed to help the country overcome terrorism. Speaker Ali Abdel Al affirmed that the House is determined to uproot terrorism and obliterate dark forces in Egypt, even if it requires amending the country's 2014 constitution. After attending on Monday a state funeral for 23 Coptic Christians killed in St. Peter's Church bombing a day earlier, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi said that the judiciary's hands are chained by old laws amid an imminent threat from terrorism.
The Minister of International Cooperation, Dr. Sahar Nasr, witnessed the signing of an agreement between the Executive Vice President of the International Finance Corporation and the Algebra Venture with a cost of $10 million to create more fund opportunities for emerging companies in the information technology sector. Our Nile TV's Shiru Bakir conducted this report.
Minister of International Cooperation Dr. Sahar Nasr witnessed the signing of an agreement between the Executive Vice President of the International Finance Corporation, IFC, and the Algebra Ventures with the cost of $10 million to create more fund opportunities for emerging companies in the information technology sector.
Today, this signing ceremony that I witnessed is something I'm very proud of because it reflects several key pillars of the reform program. The economic reform program that the government has launched focuses on inclusive and sustainable economic growth, but more important on job creation and with a lot of focus on youth and the lagging regions. So today this signing is to support an innovative financial instrument, the venture capital. It's supporting an investment fund that will support the financing of entrepreneurs, startups, young firms that have a great potential to grow and to create jobs. And more important today, it's not just a signing between Algebra and the International Financial Corporation, IFC, but it's also joining forces with EBRD, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and also the Egyptian American Enterprises Fund, which is also a model of the excellent partnership that the Ministry of International Cooperation is trying to put together. We're trying to make sure that donors are working closely together and that they are all aligned with the strategy, the Egyptian strategy and the Egyptian priorities.
Technology and innovation are two main factors in achieving progress for the Egyptian economy and, of course, more job opportunities for the youth.
This fund is dedicated to venture capital, which means it's high-risk companies that want to venture in new ideas, in innovation, in technology, which traditionally is not financed by banks or the traditional instruments, but rather is a high risk, high gain. And we believe in the gain. We believe that we have a very good talent pool in Egypt based on the number of good universities we have, based on the bright Egyptian youth and their sheer number. We have a lot of youth in this country. And we want to invest in that youth to develop their ideas into real solutions that can compete local, regional, or global. We have examples of startups that out of Egypt have been able to produce global products, and we want to invest in that. So that will create many things. First of all, we'll create jobs because those successful companies start with 2 or 3 people, but when they are successful, they wind up having 200, 300, so that's 100 times growth in a matter of few years.
Availability of financing for the emerging companies in the information technology sector comes under the state's effort to support entrepreneurship, stimulate innovation, and create job opportunities for the youth. Shuru Bakir, Nile TV International.
Naval Forces Commander Lieutenant Osama Rabia said that Egypt will receive its second Type 1400/209 submarine from Germany in June 2017. Rabia's announcement came after Egypt received its first Type submarine from Germany at a ceremony in Kiel. The modern submarine is the first of several units of the same type to be commissioned into Egypt's Navy along a definite timetable. Built by German Tyson Group, the submarine is a major technological addition to the Navy, increasing its capability to protect Egypt's national security and to confront different challenges and threats to the security and safety of Egyptian coastlines and territorial waters. More in the following report about the submarine.
We will receive the second German submarine in June 2017 within the framework of upgrading the Egyptian Navy and providing it with the latest military equipment in the world. Egypt Naval Forces Commander Osama Rabia made the announcement on the sidelines of the handover of the first submarine, which was manufactured in Germany. Asked about the importance of upgrading combat capabilities of the Egyptian Navy and whether the discovery of natural gas fields in the territorial water of the Mediterranean Sea was the main reason behind modernizing the naval forces, Rabia said it's not just about gas fields, but also this matter is related to the economic gains. He added that they support the Navy in defending the territorial water and help fight terrorism, illegal immigration, arms trafficking, and smuggling of goods to avoid paying customs duties. He also said that all these missions need a large fleet capable of defending Egypt's interests and protecting its national security. The Egyptian naval forces received earlier the submarine in a German port. The German submarine is an electric attack submarine and comes as part of a deal with the German side, including 4 submarines to be delivered respectively. This comes as a continuation of the armed forces' efforts to support the combat and technical capabilities of the Egyptian Navy and to develop it according to the latest global combat systems.
Now, first we'll have a look at the Tourism magazine, which brings us interesting news related to tourists and attractive destinations in Egypt with Abir Mitwali.
Due to his sense of belonging and loyalty to his home country, Egypt, Shihab Al-Farouq Omar, a French-Egyptian citizen, handed over to the Ministry of Antiquities a golden mummy mask that was gifted to him by a friend on the birthday of his son. Sha'ban Abdel Gawad, the General Supervisor of the Antiquities Reputation Department at the Ministry, described the action as a symbol of patronage and goodwill, calling on others in possession of stolen artifacts to imitate Al-Farouq and protect and preserve Egyptian cultural and archaeological heritage. Abdel Gawad said that the mosque is now at the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir Square in order to be examined and its authority approved. Minister of Antiquities Khaled Al-Anani is set to inaugurate on Saturday a number of archaeological sites as well as the second round of the SEEPs in the first Millennium BC conference in Luxor. The conference is organized by the South Asasif Conservation Project in conjunction with the Ministry of Antiquities and the Egypt Exploration Society. Mahmoud Afifi, head of the Ancient Egyptian Department at the Ministry of Antiquities, said that the conference will feature presentations from 46 Egyptian and international scholars and has attracted close to 200 participants.
Well, that's all for today's edition of Inside Egypt. I'm Sheen Adel. Thank you for watching.